Welcome to the Inspiration Station hosted by Joshua Lenox, the place to fill up your tank if you're in need of encouragement and motivation.
It's Joshua Lenox, the Inspiration Station. Y'all already know how we do it over here. We upsize in 2025 all day, every day. Y'all, welcome. It is September the 12th. Y'all know I'm going to say it. I don't care. You know it by now, but time is really flying. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure all of us are doing all that we can with the time that we're giving, and we're maximizing it. We're utilizing it. We're taking advantage of the time that we have because we know it can be swift, but let's be as present as we can and enjoy every moment that we can, even as much as each of you have been working so hard towards your goals on your jobs, your careers, your families, and I mean the ministries. I can just go down the list, but you all have been working so hard. But trying to be very present with what you're doing and reflecting over all the things that you've done. And I don't know why I went that way. Maybe because it just needed to be said. But but anyway, hope that you all have been having a great day thus far on this good old Friday on the good ship lollipop. Okay, I don't know where they came from. Y'all know y'all got to pray for me. Y'all not praying hard enough for my mind. But anyway, hope that everything has been going well. I hope that you are continuing to be reminded how you're able to overcome anything, any challenges that you've been dealing with today. That you are a person who is not going to cower down from challenges or obstacles when they come, but you know that you can overcome them and you can conquer them. So as you all are coming in, I just want to say hello to everybody on YouTube Live, Instagram Live, LinkedIn, Facebook Live, also to the listeners on Spotify, Apple, Audible, and Amazon. And I'm starting to think maybe Audible, Audible is a part of Amazon, but I think it's a separate thing of how they stream it or how we have it set up. But anyway, hello to everybody. And if you're this is your first time here, just welcome, welcome, welcome. And please know that you are going to have to come back again because now you're stuck with me. So you just have to deal with it. And plus, because this is going to be the very best part of your day. I know all of you are saying you couldn't wait to get to this moment, whether you're watching live now or you're going to be watching later. You just couldn't wait to see me today. I know I'm here. I love y'all too. I know I'm the best part of your day, the best part of waking up. I told y'all not praying. You see how my mind just goes there really quick. But anyway, hold on one second, you guys. All right, y'all, excuse me. That was something I had to take care of, a little technical difficulty, but here I am. I'm back again. And so, as everybody is coming in again, I hope you all have had a wonderful Friday thus far. And as we're going to move, what is the Inspiration Station? Y'all know it's the nickname I was given back in the day. I just told that I seem to be a person that knows how to send out signals like a radio station to what people need to hear. And here we are with this today. And again, the Inspiration Station is not just about Joshua Lennox. It's not. It's about you. It's about us. It's about we, because each and every one of you are inspiration to many people. Anybody who has ever walked or crossed your path has been inspired by you in some way. For some of y'all probably like, yeah, I've inspired somebody in some not so good ways, but look, you still inspired them in some way because you're not even who you used to be. So let's not even go that way because it's even a positive in who you used to be that inspires somebody else to become different. But you're an inspiration to other people as well as yourself. Each and every moment in your life, you can look back and reflect and be able to have some momentum and movement to know, hey, I have conquered many things before. I have overcome many things before. I can do anything I put my mind to. And if you want to go here, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So you have proof with your life with that. So also what we do here is that we're open, we're honest, and we're vulnerable, not just with others, but also open, honest, and vulnerable with ourselves, which sometimes that can be the most challenging thing, or that can also be scary to have to be that vulnerable and open and transparent with you. Because sometimes also the relationship that's often neglected the most is the one that we have with ourselves. So, on the flip side of this, y'all, another thing is that we'll have people coming in that will be interviewed. People are starting to come off of some of their calendars that will be coming in here soon with us and being able to drop some nuggets of wisdom and shine their light for us and allow us to be encouraged and be inspired, not just to hear something, but also to do something. And that's another component here on the Inspiration Station. We're not just being inspired and encouraged and being cheered on, but also whatever is being spoken is going to allow you to move your feet towards something, move your feet towards action in some way, even if it's just in your thinking or even in your belief system, whatever that is. So, what I want to just go ahead and start with today, y'all, going to be short, but I'm kind of liking these conversational pieces because I think I'm on a soapbox right now with something. And one of the things that I noticed, I just want you all to think about the phrase that hate is the love. I'm sorry, love is the meal that hate fights to digest. Love is the meal that hate fights to digest. Sometimes when I think about when I was a kid, I just always felt like everybody should love one another. And I think most of you all are the same, I hope, right? But when I was growing up, I felt like everyone should love one another. Everyone should support one another. Everyone should encourage one another. I, for the life of me, never could even understand the word hating. People saying, you hating on them, or I got haters. They got haters, and I'm like, but why? Why is that a thing? And I remember one day, I think I was probably about maybe 16, and I would ask my mom, I asked her, I was like, why do people, quote unquote, hate on people? Why are people not celebrating? She was like, baby, everybody's not you. Everybody's not going to be happy for you see that for yourself, Josh. Everybody's not even happy for you. So why do you think that people are not going to dislike people just because? She was like, that's their prerogative. And also, we know, even as believers, as Christians, that we have enemies, and we actually need them in a lot of ways. And a lot of times our enemies are people who don't like you, are really great indicators of how great you are, of how amazing you are, how you are. I always say sometimes that people attack what they lack. There are a lot of things that some of you all, I'm just going to dive right in, y'all. Let's go here. But a lot of things that you all have experienced, or times you've experienced, when you think about it, when you've had people who have just didn't like you they just didn't like you. You did nothing to them. You just showed up and they didn't like you. They had an attitude with you. They didn't want to talk to you. They always had something negative to say about you, and you've experienced this in many areas of your life. A lot of times it's because you have something. It's not even about just you as a person. It's what you carry. It's what's on the inside of you. Maybe you irritate and agitate people because you're always happy. You always are smiling. You always got joy. And that makes somebody reflect on themselves as to how miserable they are. So it's like, how can I get you to be miserable too? Or maybe because you're happy about your success. You're happy about your life. You're a person who's always positive, always having something good to say. And you make somebody sick because they can't believe those things about themselves like you believe in yourself. But again, people attack what they lack. And again, I remember as a kid dealing with the teasing and the bullying and stuff. After a while, I was just immune to it. It was just like, even when moving around and being the new kid all the time, the new kid on the block, the new kid all the time in classes and schools and things, I could pick them out. And I never understood. I'd be like, I don't bother anybody. I was always smiling. And some of you, I'm pretty sure anybody who's listening to me, you can relate to in any way. It might be a different dynamic or a different paradigm in a sense of what I'm talking about. But I was always smiling, always helping people, always wanting to be positive. I always had something encouraging to say to people. Even if I didn't really care too much for you, I always had something encouraging to say to you in spite of how you treated me or how you acted towards me. I just always would have been positive, always laughing, always being light about this. And you would think I would actually be miserable and hurt because of the things I was dealing with my peers. You would think I was evil and hateful, but I wasn't. Um, and I never understood why I could just be among my peers and somebody would immediately have something to say. And I'm like, I ain't said nothing. I ain't did nothing to nobody. So I couldn't understand. And again, with this whole hater thing, oh, got my haters, I got my haters and stuff. And I'm like, why is it so hard for us to unite and support one another and encourage one another and love one another? And a lot of times it's coming from that person's inner turmoil that they have or internalizations that they have. So because of that, they end up projecting those pains and those hurts and those insecurities, those self-doubts, those moments of low self-esteem, that low self-confidence. They end up projecting that onto other people. So it's not even about that you're not good at what you do. You're great at what you do. And that's probably going to irritate somebody who feels like they're not operating at their full potential, or they're not doing things that bring them joy, or they're not in a place of where they feel like they should be successful, or they don't have any, they feel like they have nothing to smile about. They have nothing to give. So because they see you doing so well as what it seems or appears to be, it agitates them. So what can I do to take your light? The word says to let our light shine before men so that they will see our good works and glorify our Father in heaven. Well, we know also the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And it's like when you think about that, you're supposed to shine your light. But what's coming to try to dim that light? And I want you to even think as I'm talking, think about the moments that you have given in to that, to where you've given in to dimming your light to make other people comfortable, dim your light to make other people accept you, dim your light to hope that people don't abandon you or reject you or neglect you, dim your light to play small to make somebody else feel big. And again, what is that stealing from you? That's stealing your authenticity. That's stealing who you are, and also causing you to wear a mask, causing you to wear a mask and hide behind that mask because you're afraid of loss in some way. I'm afraid of losing. And again, a lot of times when we talk about abandonment and rejection, I don't want to be so big and then people change their perspective about me. Who cares? And you know what's funny to me is I've always had people around me. Well, I'll say this. There have been people in my life that have been mainstays, we'll say that, mainstays that have been always very honest, bluntly honest with me, very loving, and they're still in my life today. I have a lot of people in my life who are very honest, blunt, and it's with love, and some shoot straight from the hip. And we need people like that, right? I would have them really get on to me because sometimes I would minimize what I was doing because I didn't want to agitate people. I was I remember being in a specific relationship, and I always wanted to make sure that they were supported and they had everything that they needed, and that they knew I had them. But I was naturally just being me, being an encourager and a cheerleader. But I never really wanted to talk about all the stuff that I did, but they didn't ask either. And I always wanted to just make sure they felt what they were lacking, which was, again, their support from family, friends, and things. So I always was pushing them, but they were not reciprocating that to me. So I would never talk about all the things that I'm on national television. Hey, I'm doing this. I'm traveling in this traveling stage play. I wouldn't talk about that. And that wouldn't just be in the relationship, but friendships, even colleagues, peers, and things. I would just keep my mouth closed, and people would see stuff and be like, why you didn't say nothing? It's like, well, to me, I'm like, I also saw the negative occurrences that I had when I did speak about things that I was doing, because it's like people were not doing what they dreamed to do or wanted to do. And I've always been a person who would take leaps of faith or try or something, and I do things that scared me a little bit because it's like, well, ain't gonna what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? Let's try it. And when they see me do stuff, then I would see certain people change in my life, how they would, and y'all listen through the same lens as your own lives. How have you been successful in things and then people around you changed? Because they have been comfortable where you were at that moment, but the moment that you started to elevate and go to different heights, you didn't change, but uh, you didn't specifically change as the personhood of who you were, but what you were doing did. And that made them uncomfortable, possibly because they felt like now this makes them feel like they have to step their game up, or now they have to try to do things as well. Because again, you do want to have people around you who are sharpening you, iron sharpens iron. Also, having people around you who motivate you to want to do your absolute best at what you do. And I have people like that in my life, but at the same time, I would also feel such hatred from people. And I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, I want to see you win. And y'all, if anybody has known me at any point in their lives, they know you could get a bread twist certificate that you did the best bread twist or something. I'm happy. I'm overjoyed. I'm excited. I'm over the moon or anything of that nature. Also, there have been people who I don't really care for, or I know who don't like me. And if I see them doing well, I'm still like happy for them. I'm still happy for them and hoping that God bless them. And even for whatever reason, it has nothing to do with a thing personal. I hope that you continue to do well. But at the same time, I just could never understand. I'm like, we all have things within us that we should celebrate. We all have things within us that we could clap up for people for. It takes nothing from you. It does nothing. It takes nothing from you to love people and be excited for people when you see them do well, whether that's from a distance or whether that's up close. I always felt the need that I felt like God has put in me always to be a person who unites people and gets people to look at things differently. Are we going to always have people who hate people just for no reason, or hate people for the color of their skin, hate people because of their education level, hate people because their talents and their gifts and their abilities? Absolutely. That's just going to always be there. I've just always been a person who remained consistent in just being Josh, which means Josh loves, and he loves hard, and it's just naturally who he is. He encourages, he supports, he cheerleads people, and it's from a genuine place, just like each of you. But also, I learned I was doing that so much for others, and I wasn't doing it for myself, because I learned to, in a sense, be quiet about my things I was doing, because I just always was met with such resistance from certain people, or and not even certain people, but just I couldn't share out loud like most people, because people had something to say. But then I was like, well, that has nothing to do with me. That's all to do with that person. And a lot of y'all have probably harbored certain things or played small, minimized yourself, because you're not wanting to deal with the discomfort of people hating on you or having something negative to say about you. Who cares? Who cares? That has to do with them. Some of you all, I even sense right now that even in your families, you try not to step out and do major things, or do things out of the norm, because you're afraid that they're going to treat you differently. That's their problem. Don't you limit yourself, take any limits off of yourself, take any stinking thinking, negative thinking, irrational thinking off of yourself, to think that you can't do great things and major things just because of what people are going to say negatively about you. Who cares? Somebody who I love very much as an entertainer was Michael Jackson, and y'all, we saw all the stuff that he went through and all the things that people said about him, and you could also see, as much as of a handsome man he never saw he was, because of things that were said to him, and how he was always trying to be a perfectionist and wanted to look the best, be the best. But he was miserable, even though he was a immaculate talent, something we will never see again. Look at how much people hated him just because of who he was, and he was high just because he was his talent, and tried to destroy him, steal, kill, and destroy. But I'm just wanting to say today, y'all, I'm kind of just on a little soapbox. I've always, if there's anything that you can take from what I'm saying today, is don't lose being a person who wants to see other people win. Don't lose wanting to encourage and support and cheer people on, and but also do that for yourself, and don't allow anything to stop you. No negativity, no hateration. Ain't no hateration or no holleration in this dancery. We shutting it down. Let your light shine before men, so that they will see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. You're not taking away from anybody else's light or their success by celebrating them, because you're not losing anything. And also, we do reap what we sow. So I know that, again, you shouldn't just do things just to hope that people are going to love you, because everybody's not going to love you, and you're not meant for everybody. I love what Fantasia said once before. She said, I just learned I am wild. I love to squall. I love to dance. I love to cut up. And I recognize the criticism that I get, and I don't care. I'm not going to let this stop me. She said, because I might not bless you. I might not bless you. I might not bless you, but I might bless you. And what if it's just that those are people there are people who are literally that you're assigned to, your gifts, your talents, and skills, that are waiting for you to show up. And when you show up, they're drawn and connected to you. Everybody's not drawn and connected to you. Some people say Michael Jackson was not the best entertainer. Some people think Beyonce can't sing. I mean, I can go down the list. Some people think things about you, but guess what? That has nothing to do with you. Be authentically who you are. Celebrate yourself, love yourself, encourage yourself, but also, can we do that for others? Okay? You're not taking anything away by lifting other people up and being happy for people. I'm seeing so much out in the world today of people tearing each other down every chance they get, and just for likes. Just for likes, just for shares, just for a little bit of a moment of popularity or things of that nature, cutting and tearing people down. I just saw recently somebody do an quote unquote open rebuke about a young lady in the pulpit at a church, and I'm just like, that was out of order, and she should be glad that it wasn't certain people who would have just not been swung on her. Why I bring that up is to mean, when I talk about hating, that was hatred. To do something to that young lady like that, and it's like to dim her, to cut her down in front of everybody. It's like, what was that profiting you? You couldn't do that in private. I'm sorry, y'all. I just, and I'm pretty sure y'all see it's a lot of uh, hate going around, a lot of nasty speaking things. Again, people speaking evil about one another. Uh, Hating. That's just the full word I can say. People hating on one another, and it's consistently happening. What better we do to edify one another and lift one another up, even in correction? Because correction is not hating. That means I want constructively hoping that I want to tell you something to help you to get better. But at the same time, let's spread, again, I say it all the time, let's spread more love now more than ever. We need the unity. And let's lift each other up. Ain't nobody got time. We all in our own race. You can't compare yourself to nobody. And if anything, I'll say this as I close out. I remember in specifically in high school, I would see who the person was in the class who made the highest grade or grades. And I use that as motivation because I say, if they can do it, so can I. It was not a thing of me trying to, oh, yeah, let me show them I'm the smartest person in the class. No, they pushed me. They made me say, if they're capable of doing it, then that lets me know I can do even greater. Now, I made nothing less than honor roll in high school. All of my, nothing less than I either made principal's list or honor roll. And I felt like there will always need to be a challenge for me to be better. So my thing was, it wasn't knocking who the person was. They inspired me and they let me know that there's more that I can do. I'm capable of more. And that was a way I called him a rabbit. So I'm running after this rabbit, whoever's in this class, so that I could know that I can get the grades as well, the high grades that they can. I can make the highest grades in the class as well too. So it was possible for me. So that's why I say it's no need to be hating on other people because you see them succeeding even in the areas that you're in, and you're in career, in family, in finances, in anything. There's no need to. There's no competition. The only competition you have is with you. Now, are you wanting to do like I said with the person is the rabbit? Yeah, that is a competitor because it's like, okay, they're pushing me to know that I can do what they're doing and go beyond. That's healthy competition, not where I got to talk dog and talk trash about them, and I need to make sure that I get to where they are so I can look down on them and be condescending. No way, we're not doing that. But at the same time, one thing I used to love too about athletes that in my family and among friends and things like that, I would go to track meets, basketball games, football games. A lot of people who are close to me, I would love how they had great sportsmanship. They're competitive and they gonna give it to you. The intention is to win. But I love to see how they could shake hands with people and do it and give them their props too about how good that they are and how, again, you want to have a competitor who is making you work. So it's no need to hate. But if you have people who are rising higher in a sense, or what appear to rise higher than where you are, let there be motivation for you to step up for you. Because even then, what they're doing, what you're doing, are not going to be the same. They're not going to be the same because what you have to offer, nobody else in the world has. So, what am I saying? Back to this, what I said, y'all. Love is the meal that hate fights to digest. So let's do a lot more loving and a lot less hating. There's no need to hate on anybody. There's no need to be, you're going to have people who just don't like you, and that's okay. That has nothing to do with you. But it's people attack what they lack. And it's all about what's on the inside of you. And most times they're attacking something that you have that they don't, that they wish they had. So, and also attacks and hate come with smiles and I love yous and I'm here for you. I'm gonna do you can do anything and they can appear to be a lot of things, devils in sheep's clothing. So again, be very wise because everybody who doesn't like you or is a hater is not always going to be somebody who's saying negative words or cutting you down in a sense, but they can be hating on you. They can be trying to bring you down in different ways, even with a smile. So anyway, I hope that you all have an amazing rest of this day or an amazing weekend. Again, share this as much as possible. Y'all, I can't say it enough, but I appreciate you all sharing this and I appreciate the messages and things of that nature again, because we're doing this together, y'all. This is not just Joshua Lenox. I promise it's not, because if I had my way, I wouldn't have done it at all. So I hope y'all have an amazing weekend. And as I always say, you've always been great. You're just getting better. You've always been great. You're just getting better. All right, y'all. Until next Friday, I will see y'all at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm having to get used to saying I'm back on the Eastern Standard Time stuff, but I'm here, y'all. So I love y'all. I will talk to you soon. See you next week. Hey, spread love. Bye.
Thanks for watching The Inspiration Station with Joshua Lenox. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.